Alright, and we're up and rolling. Okay, I will give it a few minutes to see if people actually, like, join. Or not. Oh my god, I almost dropped my phone.
Don't do that.
Yeah. Oops. Whoa. Hmm.
There's someone watching.
Oh.
Hello there.
Sweet.
And they left a lot.
Okay. Making sure the camera was, actually, like,
Right.
where it's supposed to be.
Right.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. I wish it would tell me how long a stream has been going for, like, on my, like, streaming software, but it doesn't. I have to rely on looking at, like, my phone or something for that.
We've been going for 2.5 minutes.
Yeah. Kinda figured as much.
Also, they left.
Oh well. Oh. Alrighty. So it has been a few minutes. So, I guess let's get this started. I don't even really know where to start. So this is a story time stream for those that may join or those that might be here. We gonna be calling someone out. Now, disclaimer, right? I have to say this. What we're going to talk about, that does not mean go after that person. It does not mean harass them. It is just knowledge so people know. Because the person is not a great person. And that's all that we were trying to do. Spread awareness. That's all. Now, we will be talking about a person on here, on VR chat, known as Gorelicious. Who is also known as Thomas. You heard that right. I won't drop a last name, but whatever. You will often hear us refer to him as Gore, for short. So, me, and Gore had dated, mind you, he was dating someone in person by the name of Jacob. He tried to claim that he told Jacob about me. He never did. So he cheated on his real life boyfriend. Long story short, they ended up breaking up because of that ordeal. He tried to say it had nothing to do with that. I highly doubt it. I'm pretty sure it did. And we were together for about 3 weeks. Not even a month. Not even a month. Well, the last few days, he had been pretty, distant, right? Well, for the first 5 days, he, wasn't really, like, talking to me. It was kinda just barely doing the bare minimum. Not even. Ends up getting on. We hang out. Things are fine. We chillin'. We vibin'. Funny haha stuff. Well, that doesn't last very long because after he leaves, another 5, almost 6 days passes, and barely any messages from him. Nothing. Just nothing. Little to nothing. Well, what was it, yesterday? Yesterday when all of that stuff happened? Right? Okay. So yesterday, he gets called out for, being weird. Also, hello to the person that joined. We're having a story time. But yesterday he got called out for stuff that he was doing and the way that he was acting. Now, I don't have the message saved, but basically he was getting called out for being distant. And if he, was avoiding me, instead of doing so, he could have just came to me like adults do, right? And talked to me about it. But he didn't. Instead, you want to know what he did? He left the group chat that all 3 of us were in. Me, Jester, and Gore were all in a group chat together. After he read that message where he got called out by this one, he left. Left the group. Didn't respond, didn't say nothing. Not only that, right? He unadded me without warning. Blocked me on Discord. Didn't remove me from here. I removed him from here and blocked him. He also removed me from Instagram. And I texted him on there, because all he did was unfollow me. I texted him on there. I'm like, yo, what's good? Why'd you unadd me? Right? And I was like, if I went on a little bit of a tangent there. I remember fully what I said, but I did say that, I will give you a chance to properly come and talk to me like an adult. Man the fuck up. Pardon my French.
You're lagging.
Oh?
You're lagging. But
I'm not on my end. I'm perfectly fine.
I'm lagging my end then.
Huh. Hold up. Let me actually check stream. Yeah, no, it's you guys. It's your guys' end.
I figured I looked at stream in the end.
Yeah.
We're fine. Anyways, continue.
Where did I leave off?
Talking about how when we called him out on his bullshit.
Oh, right.
The last thing I remember you saying was You only unfollowed him on Instagram and sent him a message.
Yeah, I sent him a message, asked him, and like, hey, what's up with that? Also told him I would give him a chance to properly come to me and talk like a grown-ass man, right? But that if he, were to block me, I would have my answer that what was said in that group chat where he got called out was indeed true. That he was caught cheating and just overall got caught. Which, come to find out today, that's exactly what he did. He blocked me on Instagram. So I had my answer right there. That's what he was doing. And during all this, right, my sister, my oh so sweet sister, comes to me because I was upset, right? Not sad. I was pissed. Because who does that? Who decides, oh yeah, instead of talking like, adults do, communication, right? Nah, out the window. Block. Nothing. With no reasoning whatsoever. Nothing. But my sister comes to me because I was upset and asked me what was going on, so I told her. Once I told her, and she got the confirmation of who the person's name was, she then proceeds to tell me, oh yeah, I saw him messing around with people in a public place. The e-pixels, right? So yeah, he was indeed messing around with other people behind my back while we were together. And I wish I could say it on stream, but unfortunately I cannot. I can get away with a lot more stuff on TikTok, which this will also be posted up there. But he is a man... Sure y'all could guess. But
a
that
man
is...
gardening hoe.
There you go. There you go. That.
Also, my mic probably doesn't pick up, so you can repeat if you wish. Because I
No,
talk quietly.
It should pick up pretty well.
Okay.
Or at least I think it does. Yeah, no, your guys' mic is fine on stream.
Okay.
No.
Alright, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, no, you guys can talk. If you want to share your guys' behalf of this, like his behavior stuff that he did, but keeping it, PG-13 while doing so, go right ahead. Because you can talk about, like, some of the shit that he was doing.
Well, to put it simply, he was a very big pervert from what we experienced. Asked this one for very explicit things. Anytime he would buy him anything, he would ask for pictures of the face.
And I didn't even ask for him to buy me stuff. He just did it.
Right.
It just happened.
Right. Another thing is, he would be overly sexual while we weren't around. And even when we were around, he would usually try to get us away from this one. And whenever we did, it's not, I never got a confirmation from you, but he did end up acting like that, right? Yes. So anytime we weren't around, he would act sexual. Even when we were, he would. Very, very weird comments. Would actively talk shit about us behind our back.
Yep.
Just overall a lot of things.
And I never said anything about this. You guys are actually going to be hearing it for the first time.
Oh.
All the stuff that Gore has done, the way that he talked to me, the way he treated me, all of it made me very immensely uncomfortable. Like the comments that he made, would just make me uncomfortable. And it was always spicy stuff. And the nervous laughter should have been an indicator of that, because I don't really know how to, convey, like, oh, yeah, hey, I'm uncomfortable. Could you please stop? Like a normal person, I struggle with that. So I usually rely on body language or the way I'm talking, the tone of my voice, to give that away for me. Oh my god, he did not pick up on that at all whatsoever. Instead, ignored it. Another little side story, right? Just to put it into perspective for people. When me, this one, were in a public lobby, we were in Snowden, he had joined us randomly, right? And I had brought him over to like the shed that is in Snowden to talk to him privately about some stuff that had been going on in my life, and also hear about stuff that was going on in his life, because I wanted to know if he was doing okay. Well, while doing that, he wanted the opportunity to purposely make this one jealous and get back at them for no reason. Yeah. So
hold on, he did that on purpose?
Yes. Y'all are gonna hear this for the first time. So but anyways, right? He suggests the idea to make him jealous. And like, but like, what? Do what? Then came the idea of, oh, do you want to make out? You want to suck face? A little tongue action in there? And I was like, no, not right now. And he was like, oh, are you sure? I already said no once. Should have just been left at that, but he kept going. He did try to keep going with it. He kept asking and asking and asking and pushing for it. So, overall, not a good person. Cheats on people all the time. Separates real life from VR chat as if I wasn't a person, like an actual person behind the screen that he was, quote unquote, dating. So, am I missing anything? Am I missing anything?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, but that's kind of all for the story time.
I mean.
Yeah. If you guys want more detail on it, I'm kind of limited to what I can say on stream here. But there will be another separate video on TikTok and my Ko-Fi and my Twitter and just everywhere, really, even on my Instagram. So be sure to look out for that. Share it if you guys can. That would be great. Y'all got anything that you want to say? No input?
I can't say what I want to on stream.
Oh.
I really can't. I could say it on the TikTok video.
Well, is there more stuff that he did, or?
Oh no, it's just how we feel in general.
Yeah, no, both of us are very upset by it. Like, not sad. Not sad. Not sad. Pissed. Livid. If you will.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, we're just getting this out there to warn people. Because he's gross. He's a fucking weirdo. Ooh, pardon my French. Other than that, the rest of this stream can be funny ha-ha stories, because I did say it was a story time. So, I'm hold to that. Yes. And I do have some written down ideas on Discord, I believe. Oh, right, I can talk about how my birther, my mother, right, almost shat herself on my 17th birthday. I'm 21 now, right? But back when I was 17, let me stand up for this one, right? Because it's hilarious. You'll be fine. Yes. Okay. Cut it out. Hey, gotta adjust the camera for this one, guys. Bear with me.
My bed got up and walked off.
He's fine. He's just a little bit whiny today. He's not medicated. You're fine. Okay, let me move myself a little bit to the center. Alright. So, on my 17th birthday, my birther almost shat herself on that day. Right? And we were seated in the kitchen to blow out my candles. I was there, my birther was there, and I think my aunt was also there, and my cousins. Now, they were all singing happy birthday against my will. I don't like when people sing me happy birthday. Makes me uncomfortable. They didn't listen to that. Well, as I'm sitting in the chair like this, staring at the cake, while they're singing me happy birthday, all of a sudden, my mother goes from holding her phone like this to turning around, clutching her butt cheek in one hand and her phone in the other, and runs off to the bathroom because she had a shit. And she announced it to everyone in the room that was there. And I just, because she was recording with her phone, I just sat there staring at the cake, even more fucking depressed than what I was. And all of a sudden, it went pure silence, right? Pure silence. Then you hear World War III in that bathroom. And it was that bathroom was right next to the kitchen. So you could hear it. Everyone could hear it. I just sat there. Pure silence. Staring at that cake, depressed. So that's how my 17th birthday went. When I was 17. And now look at me. I'm old. Kind of. A little bit halfway through my life. What other story times? Oh, a short but not so sweet one. Hi. When I was in what grade?
When I was a young boy, my father. I'm sorry.
No.
Ow. Alright, I'll get the whole.
When I was in elementary school, I was on a playground. You know, playing around as kids do. Well, little me decided to try to get up on they weren't monkey bars, but they were like these like circular things that spun when you grabbed onto them, and there was 3 of them in a row. And I was like, I'm gonna try this. got a slight running head start, went to grip onto him, and I fell off flat onto my back on the ground, knocked the air out of myself. And you would think other kids would be like, oh my god, are you okay? No. Instead, you could see little me clutching my chest, crawling off away from that area, and then I passed out. Woke up a few hours later, after school was over, mind you. The day was done. Woke up a few hours later, underneath the play structure. So someone saw that I was passed out, unconscious, and was like, instead of going to get a teacher or telling someone about this, let me drag him underneath the play structure to hide his unconscious body. Don't remember what happened after I woke up. I realized that no one was there and it was the end of the day, and I'm just like, well, crap. I had an interesting life as a kid. Not good, but funny. Look,
interesting life now.
Some of my story times that are for more mature audiences, I will save from my Twitter. So if you guys want to hear that stuff, let me know. Because I got some very spicy stories. And they're funny. Very funny. Y'all are really going to get to see a sneak peek of my love life.
Some of them have to do with me. And that one.
Some of them have to do with that one. Not bad. No. Now, Storytime on X's, right? That's a whole different video in itself. Because oh my god, there's a lot of them, and they were horrible people. Don't even get me started on a person named Skinner. Which I need to get that information out there, right? Put a story out there. I really need to, because it needs to be brought up, because his friends are still stalking me. Still get notifications on my TikTok like, oh, so-and-so viewed your profile. And I know who they are. Y'all know who you are. I know. Where's my phone?
Go ahead and get that out of the fish.
Huh?
Skinner.
What, get that video out of the way?
Now we can look at that one here.
Fair enough.
Because, oh boy, is there a lot to talk about.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a very long story. Kind of.
Exactly, which is
it should be entertaining for some people.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. We'll probably have to split, parts for, like, other platforms, as they do have a limit. Like, TikTok has a 10-minute limit. So. Yeah. Oh. Well, crap, I gained a subscriber. From the first story time. Got a notification for it. I think it was the person that was sitting here for a while through that. So there was one person in particular that was here watching, the stuff. Now there is again. Or so it says. At least it says on my end. I'm not sure if it does for you guys. Please hold while I adjust my full body again. And then we can get into the little tea time, right? Tea time with Perry about Skinner. What are you doing on the floor?
It's comfortable.
Fair enough. I have no room to talk.
Exactly. Shh. Not now. Get to musket.
Okay. You're done. There we go. Alright. Tea time with Perry and Jester. So, this is a story that has not been, openly discussed to the public, right? But it's starting to get on my nerves. And I see this dude everywhere. He does not have a platform. Thankfully, not. But he does have a group of people that support him despite what he's done. Coming from me and the people that actually dealt with it, that were there. That one was there. My sister was there and witnessed it, and one of our mutual friends was there for a conversation that happened. Got to see how he acted during it. So there's many witnesses for what has happened. Let me get back in the center. Many witnesses for what happened. So, this is going to be a bit of a longer story. I apologize, but I would rather get it from the beginning rather than not. Right? So, a person by the name of Skinner on here with like these weird brackets around his username, also known as Geo. Me and him met on here on Valentine's Day when I had freshly turned 18. Barely, not even a month into being 18. He walks up to me. We're in the UA dorms. He walks up to me and offers me a candy apple. Then proceeds to ask me if I wanted to go to his room. Talking about Minetta's dorm room, because that's who he was being. I agreed, because I thought he was being friendly. So, played into that. Well, second day of us being friends, this dude proceeds to tell me, I have a crush on you. And me, having just gotten broken up with the day prior on Valentine's Day, someone that I was with for quite a few months, 8 months to be exact, almost going on 9. He knew this. He knew I was freshly out of a relationship and took advantage of it. Well, after he tells me that he has a crush on me, I ask him, because I'm skeptical, is it just a crush, like a temporary thing? Or is this the real deal? He told me, and I quote, give me a month to see if it's just a crush or if it is a real deal, because that's how long it takes a crush for me to go away. And that was his words. That's exactly what he told me. So he put me on a 30-day free trial, pretty much. I agreed to it because I was like, maybe this could be a good relationship. He seems like a chill person, right? During that month that I was put on a 30-day free trial, he goes around and lets people like touch up on him and kiss up on him one of the times that happened, there was a person standing in front of him, and he was facing where I was because I was behind the person. And that person didn't know I was right there, but Skinner saw me, and that person then proceeded to kiss him, and he saw me standing right there, and he didn't do anything to stop it. He just let it happen. So I ran off, very visibly upset. Only 5 minutes later, did he come to check on me. It was like, oh, it's no big deal. It's no big deal. I'm like, when you are seeing someone, you don't do that. Because when you're seeing someone, you are getting to the point where you're gonna be in a relationship. Maybe, if it works out. That whole month passes, and eventually, once the free trial is up, he tells me it's the real deal. So we officially started dating. On 4/4/23, I believe. Yeah. 4/4/23. That was the day that we started dating. Exact date and everything. Exact year. The relationship started off fairly normal. Things were fine. It was going great. 5 months in, when I came out to him as polyamorous, because I had just learned, and mind you, I had never known what polyamory was until someone explained to me, like, what you're feeling, love for multiple people at the same time while being with your partner and not wanting to leave your partner for said people, you're polyamorous. Didn't know until someone explained to me that. So I was like, oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense. Well, I came out to Skinner about this, and he was very rude about it. Told me, no, I'm not going to deal with this. I'm not going to accept this. You're just doing it as an excuse to go be with other people. Also tried pulling the guilt-tripping card, saying like, oh, what am I not enough for you? And that stuff. When I put my foot down and actually stood up for myself with that situation, because he was downplaying my feelings and just ignoring it, well, then he was just like, okay, whatever, I'll accept it, it's fine. As people come and go, people started coming and going in my life, and I wasn't actively looking either. People would just come up to me. People would come to me, want to be with me. Being the kind-hearted person I am, for the most part, I was like, okay. Skinner would get very pissy about it. He would get very salty. During this time, he would keep me away from his friends. His friends. I call them his little followers and his meat riders, if you understand what I mean. That's exactly what they are. Well, come to find out, at some point, he kept me away from those people because he was lying behind my back to those people, trying to make it out like I was a horrible person and treating him like crap, when in reality, he was doing that. He was projecting stuff onto me that I was not doing, and was telling people that I had never met that I was doing this stuff, when I wasn't. Now, cut back to semi-current time. A couple of months ago, and mind you, me and him were together for 3.5 years. Me and Skinner were together for 3.5 years. Going strong, right? Well, just last year, so I think all of this happened in 2025, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. But happened last year. Late last year. This sweet, amazing person right here, was laying down in front of me, comes into my life. Oh my god, my leg itches. The stuff with Skinner happened in like late 2025, right? When all that went down.
August.
Okay.
August through September.
Okay, alright, yeah, okay. So I was right. Had to get my timestamps right. Well, moving along. This amazing being right here comes into my life. I was sitting
I will be
in
right
Nightmares.
back. You can keep going if you wish.
Okay. I was sitting in Nightmares Castle. Don't mind them, they're going AFK for a second. I was sitting in Nightmares Castle with Skinner, and I was sitting on the throne. I was minding my own business and talking to Skinner about issues that I was having with an ex. I will not name drop him because he wasn't that bad. Granted, they might beg to differ. But I was having issues with him, and he kept bothering me, and I was talking to Skinner about it. This sweet bean comes up and tries talking to me. And hearing about my issues that's going on, which I feel bad for, but they didn't mind. Now, during this, while they're trying to talk to me, Skinner is being rude. He was trying to tell me right in front of them, like, oh, they're hitting on you. They're hitting on you, and he's just gonna be like all of the rest of your exes. And he's gonna use you for your body because that's all that you're good for. That's what he told me directly. And said it in front of the person that was just here. Which they should be back. So. But told me that right in front of them. And went silent after he said that. Well, as me and person that was just here were talking, and we were getting along. We weren't even flirting with each other. We were just talking and making jokes with each other, right? Which were conversations that Skinner could have joined. He just chose not to. He decided to go sulk in a corner and play, oh, poor boo-hoo me. Well, eventually, Skinner comes back up to us, and he's like, I'm gonna go to bed. So I'm like, okay. He goes to bed. He switched up his mind really quickly from, I don't trust this guy, and he's just gonna use you, to, oh yeah, I trust you. Because he told them, like, watch after him, talking about me. Make sure he's okay. So, they should be coming back now. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Anywho, me and person that is going to be joining back there they are, hit it off very well. And as the saying goes, when you know, you know. When you know, you know. You can just kind of tell when someone's the one. When that's the person that you're supposed to be with for the rest of your life and to settle down with. It is this sweet being right here. Hey. Well, when I went to Skinner and told him, hey, me and this person hit it off really well. We're probably going to start dating. I gave him a proper heads up. I told him, like, hey, this is what's happening. This is what's going on. This is what you're supposed to do when you're polyamorous. Told him that. And he flips the fuck out. Saying, like, no, I don't accept this. Just like what he did when I first came out to him as polyamorous. But then eventually he was just like, whatever, it's fine. Whatever. You do what you want. So I'm like, okay. Well, me and this wonderful being were together for, what, a couple of days? A week, maybe, before he pulled the stuff with my sister? Right? Jester. Did, how long were we together before Skinner pulled the stuff with my sister? Like, getting her to yell at me? Like, a couple of days?
If that.
A week? Okay. So I was right.
If that.
A week, if that. We were together for a week, if that. And, mind you, all of this stemmed from me spending alone time with them. Mind you, the days before, I was spending time with Skinner a lot. I spent time with him every day. Every day. For hours on end. And it was always usually just me and him anyways. But the times that this one would join me, would get salty about it and go dead silent. Wouldn't say anything. Would kind of, go off to the side. Well, when I asked for alone time with this one so we could go on a date, he goes off with my sister and one of our mutual friends to go hang out. So I'm like, I want you to get to know her. She's a really cool person and she's very nice. Instead of you hating on her, maybe you should get to know her first. Right? Well, I guess during that hangout session, he apparently had a quote-unquote mental breakdown and told my sister a lot of things that weren't true. I don't know exactly what he said because I wasn't there for it. I didn't hear it. He then starts spamming my phone. Spam texting, spam calling, spamming invites on here to join me. And he's like, I'm so sorry. I messed up. I did something I wasn't supposed to. And now your sister wants to talk to you. So my anxiety is through the roof. This one's anxiety is through the roof. Our date is ruined. And I'm like, okay, what did you do? What happened? He wouldn't tell me. He wouldn't tell me what he said. He wouldn't tell me what he did. So I ended up joining my sister. She invited me to talk. One of our other mutual friends was there as a witness to hear the conversation, I guess. Skinner is also there. Now, initially, I didn't want this one to join me. I didn't want them to be there for the conversation, because it didn't have to do with them. I didn't want them to see me get yelled at for whatever was going to go on and be a part of drama they weren't part of. Well, my sister then proceeds to yell at me. Because Skinner made it out to be like I wasn't spending time with him at all. Was just flat out ignoring him for this one. When that was not the case. They can vouch for me on that, because they were there. Skinner was there every fucking day. Every day. There was not a moment that I was not spending with him. Every day for 3.5 years. Where did my time go? To him. To just him. Just him. But when I wanted alone time, it's a problem with this one, right? I think that's fair to sometimes want alone time with your other partners. If you're polyamorous, you guys might understand that. And it was for a date nonetheless, and I told him that. Made it a big deal. Well, cut back to the current conversation. I sat there in pure silence while my sister was yelling at me. Now, Skinner wouldn't even look at me during this at all. Wouldn't say anything and just sat there and watched it go down. Mind you, he knew I had PTSD linked to people yelling and arguing. Did not tell my sister this. Instead, just watched it happen. After that entire conversation was over, I had to leave because I went into a panic attack because I was getting yelled at. I sat in a corner of a world, bawling my eyes out because the person I cared about a lot, still do, we're fine now, cared a lot about, had just yelled at me.
May I interject? Also, Jester's not here, or Jester's in co-front. I'm out at the moment because I need to weigh in on this. So, I will continue where you left off about going to the world. During the panic attack, I had a small talk with Skinner. This was back when I was a little naive, but the only reason I didn't full on blow up at him was because this one's sister and their mutual friend was still there. When we got to the world, he was in. I tried to calm him down because he was in the corner of a room behind a chair, full on, like, hyperventilating. Skinner made it worse by egging him on until the point where this one yelled at him to back off. I took him downstairs and full on blew up at him.
Yeah.
I yelled. I
didn't yell
straight.
I actually asked him, please stop talking, and he kept going and going.
And I had to make him stop. I took Skinner down the stairs of the world and full on blew up at him. I was beyond pissed at this point because this was not something that you should do to someone you supposedly care about. And he did it on purpose. He knew exactly what made him tick.
Yep.
Exactly what made him tick. And I knew as well what made him tick, even though we were only dating for, what, about 4 days? 4 or 5 days?
About a week. It was cutting it very close to a week, if not less.
Yeah, I pretty much knew everything or a lot of things to know about you at that point. So it ticked me off, like, more than I've ever been ticked off. I've never yelled at a person until then, ever.
Yep.
I'm usually a very peaceful person. You know this. I do not like conflict.
Yep.
But when it comes to you, I can't say that on YouTube. But it just, I think you can imagine what I was going to say if YouTube community guidelines stopped me from saying what I want to. But anyways, as I was saying, after I blew up at him, he was silent for about 30 minutes to an hour afterwards because we were still in the same world for about 3 hours. I was slowly starting to cheer you up by just being a dumbass. just being a goofball. And Skinner interjects again, and it sends him into another panic, which causes me to silently get angry.
Yep.
When I talk calmly, when I talk normal and calm, but you can tell that I'm angry, just shut up and listen, because it's not a very pleasant thing. I yell when I get mad, if it's not this one. But if I'm talking calmly, you need to shut the hell up, because I'm to the point where I just don't care. And that's how I was talking to him. And you were there for this one, I think.
Yep.
But I think you were in a state of panic. But you heard the tone of my voice, if I remember right.
I believe so, yeah.
And because even he knew that I was completely serious, because at this point I had told him that I was a very calm and peaceful person. I didn't like conflict at all. And then I always tried to resort to using words. I said 3 sentences, and then sat in front of this one and did not let him get close. Anytime he would try, I would move to block him. Because this was in the bathroom with the bathtub, remember?
Yeah, I was getting cornered.
Because I was able to phase through the tub and just kind of sit in front of you. I wasn't even facing you, I was just facing him, sitting in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still talking to you, like still trying to calm you down and cheer you up and whatnot. But at the same time, I was just glaring at him. And I was pissed at this point. And was just sick of him. I think I even offered to like take you to a separate world.
You did. Yep.
Did we eventually do that? I don't remember.
No, we did not.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I just because the next day, if I remember right, we had a bit of a talk about everything.
Mm-hmm.
And you broke down.
Yep.
And I sat there and just held you.
Mm-hmm.
And my anger just started rising more and more.
No.
To this day,
after that, incident happened, right? Couple days passed before, truth came out, or was it like a month? Do you remember?
No, I think it was about 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay,
oh, so wait, no, hold on.
Almost.
No, it was a month because this happened in September, late September, almost October.
Okay, so yeah, month and a half, right? Passes, and I get a text from my sister. She's telling me, there's this video that you need to watch. So I'm like, okay. And, actually, no, she called me randomly out of the blue when I was having an outing with my family. So I was sat in the car while this was happening. She calls me and she's like, hey, there's this video that you need to see. So she sends me the link to it, and I go watch it. And it's Skinner. He was running his mouth about me. He came clean about lying that he didn't support me being polyamorous, but lied directly to my face saying that it was fine and that he was supportive of it. And tried saying that I wouldn't give him attention and stuff like that. Which wasn't true. So she showed me that. Then she proceeded to tell me, he invited me to join him to ask me to get rid of the guy that recorded him saying that stuff. Because he asked her, and I quote, "You can get rid of people, right?" So he shows her the video that she sent me. And when she then tells him, I can't just do anything about that, I can't do anything about that, man. He gets pissy. He gets mad. And starts pulling the fake crying. And these are in the videos, the screen recordings of on here of my sister talking to him. She never once raised her voice. She never did any of that. She sat there calmly while listening to him complain over stuff that he did. And when she brings up the suggestion to tell me about it, or she was gonna do it, because clearly he wasn't telling me stuff when he was supposed to. He got mad and yelled at her and told her, "You're going to be the reason why my relationship ends." She then had to tell him, "No, you're going to be the reason why your relationship ends because you don't tell Shadow stuff when you were supposed to. Instead, you're here trying to get someone else to get rid of a video to prevent Shadow from seeing it. You're trying to keep this from him." She ends up leaving because he keeps going on and on and on and yelling at her. And that phone call, because I stayed on the phone while I was watching those videos, on that phone call, she really got to see and hear how he really was. The one who was genuinely fighting for the relationship. I was. She got to see that. Now, after that had happened, I wasn't talking to him. And eventually, once I got home after my outing with my family, I got on here. I got on VR chat. Mind you, I'd given a warning to this one about what was going on, to not text Skinner until I could tell them what was going on. Come and find out eventually that Skinner did try to text them and tried running his mouth about me. Well, once I got home and got on and explained to this one what was going on, barely got much of it out. My sister then joins. And she explains everything that happened. We showed them the video. They're upset now. But then, as we're all sitting there, all three of us are sitting there, talking, sister ends up asking me, like, "Oh, like, are you gonna stay with Skinner, or are you gonna break it off?" I was like, "I don't know, I need time to think." She then sits me down and tells me, "Shadow, you don't need to be with someone like that. That is not a person that you need to be with. They're going to hold you down. That's all that they're gonna do. You're never gonna get better if he is still around." So she encouraged me, they encouraged me to break it off. Mind you, Skinner was spamming me already, spam texting me, but I wouldn't answer him because I just didn't want to talk. I was like, I'm finding out this shit for the first time, and you were running your mouth about me behind my back, making people that I didn't even know, that didn't know me properly, hate me. And you made me not like them because you would say stuff about your quote-unquote friends to me. Well, he joins. I pull up the video on the video player, and I show it to him. I'm like, "Why?" He was silent for the whole confrontation. After I had said what I needed to say, my sister then interjects and starts calling him out on his shit. And we do have the video of that conversation. My sister does. She has that video because we recorded the whole conversation of what happened where he admits a lot of shit. Well, he ends up admitting that another person that I was with at the time, he admits to lying to that person about me, which then got that person to break up with me. Admits it. And that person ends up joining because Skinner Skinner told that to their face, like, oh, I lied to get you to break up with Shadow. He was making it to where everyone in my life would just leave. Try to make it to where people would hate me for stuff that I never did. Instead, like I said before, he was projecting onto me for stuff that he did. Well, my sister ends up pulling up some stuff. Come to find out, he was cheating on me for the whole 3.5 years that we were together with a person named Kitten. Yes, I know about you, motherfucker. I know what you did. We all know. Mind you, his side piece was fine with this. She knew about me the whole time. Knew that Skinner was married. Knew that he had a partner. Did not care. Did not care. Well, he denied the whole thing. He was like, oh, I don't know who you're talking about. You need to show me proof of these messages that are apparently there. Dude. Screenshots were pulled. Screen recording was pulled. There's no denying it, but he kept denying it. He also kept lying to my face about the stuff when I would try to get the truth out of him. He was just like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. You need to show me proof. I'm like, I don't need to show you shit. I saw what I saw. We all saw what we saw. Day ends. Couple days roll by after we were just no contact after ending it. Come to find out, he was caught messing around with minors. So he's a pedo. Right? He was caught on camera flirting, making spicy innuendos to a 12-year-old. And he's in his 40s. He lied about his age. The person that caught him on camera doing it was the 12-year-old's brother. Caught him on camera doing it. And he also, when me and him were done, blocked me on everything for no reason after trying to, quote-unquote, talk it out with me. And left to be with his side piece that he had been cheating on me with for the whole 3.5 years we were together. That he denied. Well, when she got confronted about him by my sister, she tried to tell Kitten, I don't know what her username is. That's all that we know her by, is by her Discord name. And even then, I don't know what her ad is. So that's what we call her. We just call her Kitten. My sister confronted her, trying to tell her the stuff that Skinner was doing. She was like, oh, it's not true, and blah, blah, blah. So she was sticking up for a pedophile. Yeah. When there was very blatant proof. Weren't out for his arrest, mind you, by the way. So he is wanted for that stuff. For stuff with kids. Well, more stuff ends up coming out. That one of the reasons why he kept... Actually, no. He would go to people that I knew. Friends that me and him made together. Whenever I wasn't on, he would join them and run his mouth to them about me, which in turn made me lose a lot of friends. He was isolating me. Tried to get this one to leave me as well, just like he did to my ex. He did the same thing with my sister. Tried to get her to hate me. obviously didn't work because truth came out. What else? His friends support him. They take his side despite there being proof of the stuff that he's done. So they are now associated with a pedo and a cheater and a predator. And they're okay with that.
I'll be right back. I need to go get batteries for my controller.
Okay. Now, another disclaimer here. This does not mean actively go looking for these people. Does not mean go harass them. If y'all want to share the video, by all means, go right ahead. We want word to get out. Because he keeps having his friends stalk me. Skinner keeps having his friends stalk me. To keep tabs on me, see what I'm doing. I'm gonna say this outright. You people don't know the full story. Y'all don't know what really happened. Y'all don't know what happened behind closed doors. And you want to sit there and take his side. At least listen to both sides before you pick the side. You don't know the stuff that he was doing. Now, for the side piece, right? What you're doing is disgusting. It really is. He's gonna do to me, or no, he's gonna do to you what he did to me. He is going to be with you while messing around with other people, flirting with kids, and then leave you for the side piece. While you may be the main piece right now, someone else is gonna be the side piece, and then they're gonna become the main piece because you're gonna be gone.
And then the cycle continues.
Yes, the cycle repeats. He's not a good person. He tries to perceive himself to be something he's not, and he loves projecting onto people. For his friends out there, he's ran his mouth about you guys too. To me. And I know some of his exes may not come clean about the stuff, but hopefully, if this reaches you guys, please do share your story with us. We will put it out there. That's what we're here to do. Because he doesn't need to be on this platform. It is filled with kids. Anyone who knows VR chat, it's filled with kids. And he's targeting said kids on here. It's disgusting. And he does not deserve nor need to be on here. He does not deserve the friends that he has. Because I've seen how some of them are. The ones that I did meet that are now gone were good people. They were very nice. They treated me with kindness before he started running his mouth to them about me. He does not deserve the things that he has. At all. At all. The people that are there don't need to be there. You don't need to be associated with that because it's going to put you all in a position where you can get blacklisted from stuff just for being associated with them. Side piece. You shouldn't need to see proof about stuff, which can be given. That's fine. That's not an issue because we got proof. But when multiple people are coming up to you, telling you the same stuff, you need to sit there and think like, do I really need to see proof when multiple people are coming up to me about it? No. Just saying. That's really all, I think, unless you guys have more you want to add on, some stuff that I might have missed.
Not that I can think of.
Okay. Oh, one more thing. Another disclaimer here. Sensitive topics are going to be discussed. What I'm going to say next. So trigger warning as well. people that, are sensitive to certain topics.
Viewer discretion is advised if you do want to continue, however.
Yes. Please, if you're not comfortable with certain topics that are going to be discussed from here on out, don't listen. Leave the video. During me and his relationship, it was very abusive. Very. Would manipulate me. Would gaslight me. Guilt trip me. Assault played a part in that relationship as well. Unwanted touching, unwanted spicy comments. When I wouldn't give him pictures, if y'all know, you know, when I wouldn't give him pictures, he would guilt trip me about it. He would make me feel bad about it. And he would also send me unwanted spicy pictures that I never asked for. Would just flash me randomly. Ugh. So, just please avoid this person if at all possible. Doesn't need to be here at all. That's all that I will really say about that stuff in particular. I won't go into heavy detail. That is for another platform, not this. I believe that's all with him.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
You want to do anyone else, or?
This one is actually a fairly recent one.
Right.
This one's a fairly recent one. And originally, I wasn't going to say anything. But, to be fair, I want to. Because they are also not a good person.
Oh, yeah. No. Not at all.
Now, I do apologize to my sister if this gets back to her. Which it probably will. Because I know you guys were close. I don't know if you guys still are. I don't know if you guys are still in contact after what happened. But if you guys are, I apologize. But I do wish to speak about this. Because I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right what they did to you. I don't think it's right what they did to me, to them, and to 3 other people that I'm not going to list their names as well, and however many other people they did the same shit to. I don't know. Well, I will call them by their username, Eternal VI. I was dating them. They were around when Skinner was around, and when this one was coming around early. The early days. Well, I won't go into the specifics about me and their relationship, but come to find out from my sister, because we were hanging out, after not really being able to, because of them, we got to talking. I found out some stuff that they were saying about me and about this one. And I also heard some stuff that they were doing and saying about other people and stuff that they were doing to my sister, saying to my sister, the way that they were acting. My sister also got to hear the stuff that was being said about her and how they were lying about a lot of stuff that happened that didn't really happen. Well, long story short, I get word of Eternal saying not directly to a person, but over text, I believe, said it to my sister that, oh, I don't like your friends. They ended up getting blocked. by that person that they were running their mouth about because my sister told that person. And they got salty about it. Mind you, my sister was having a hard time. I won't say with what, because that's her business. She was having a hard time when all of this was happening. Mental health wasn't that great. But when she actively said that she needed people, Eternal goes and switches things around and starts pulling a hissy fit, trying to turn it around and make it about them. Now, straying away from that, because that is another person's story to tell that's not mine. Now, I hear about this from my sister while we were talking, hanging out. More conversations start coming up. Come to find out, Eternal was lying about the relationship and how it ended with me. Tried to say that I texted them and broke up with them randomly without a reason, when in actuality I did give them a reason. And it was a damn good one. I told them, and they were there for this. They were my witness when the conversation happened. I asked Eternal very politely over text, could you please get on here on VR chat so we can talk? It's a very important conversation. They agreed. And once they joined me, I was like, I'm going to start it plain and simple. This isn't going to work. Me and you, it's just not going to work. I'm staying with this one. However, I did tell them I'm not picking and choosing sides. I'm not picking favorites. I am going with what my heart wants. I'm following my heart. But they tried to sit there and say that I broke up with them over text. And also, mind you, they wouldn't provide screenshots either with all of their claims that they were saying.
If I may add something, or are you going to get to that here in a minute?
I'm going to get to it.
Okay.
They also lied about this one. Tried to say that they came onto them. Tried asking them out. And they declined out of respect for me. Well, that's not what happened. This whole ordeal had happened because, that whole breakup happened because, come to find out, for as long as they knew them, had feelings for them, despite knowing they don't want anyone else. They're, with me. They only have eyes for me. And they knew that. But they were trying to get close with this one when I wasn't around, and even when I was around. But tried to lie about that. Called them the shiny new toy because they were mad. Tried to make it to where, when me and them were first together, they lied about how we met and how long we knew each other. They tried to say that we knew each other for months when we didn't. We knew each other for a week before we started dating. They came on to me first, and they lied about that too. Well, we met in Undernet. They started talking to me, and I wasn't really talking. I was just kind of sitting there, minding my own business. Not saying much. Sounded uncomfortable. I got social anxiety. I don't really like talking to people. And I was sitting there by myself. They'd also tried to say that Skinner was there. No, he wasn't. He was long gone by this time. I was sitting there by myself, minding my business. Well, they filled out a dating application that I had previously linked in my profile. They filled out a dating application to be with me. And that was barely a day. Literally, next day, I get a notification about it that someone filled it out. And that I was them. Which they also lied to their sister about. But my sister, actually. We share the same sister. We both view her as a sister, so yeah. But lied to her about it. And also when I was first getting into things with them, with Eternal, they tried to make their sister out to be this scary person, that they were a person to be scared of, claiming that they, would dox people without, reason, and just overall scary, when that really wasn't the case. They tried to keep me away from their sister, and made it to where I didn't like her at one point because I was scared of her. And that was kind of the whole idea that they were going for. They were trying to keep us away from each other, so ends would not meet. Failed, obviously. And my sister got word of this. She ended up, hearing about this stuff from me. Well, make a long story short, they ended up getting confronted by me, this one, and my sister, and 3 other people that were there, that I'm not going to name. Tried to deny all of it. Tried to claim that they didn't know why they were being a horrible person. When I asked them why they did it, why they did all that stuff to me, they said they didn't know. And when most people claim they don't know, that usually means there isn't a reason. They just did it just to do it. Which was exactly the case. Another side note, right? In that dating application, they mentioned someone that used to be their previous acting host there, which apparently they lied about. They tried to say that that person was no longer in existence, that they were gone. But in that dating application that said otherwise, they tried to say that that person was just dormant, was being held in dormancy. And those screenshots were sent to my sister, and they could potentially be faking the ID, faking having a system, just to get out of accountability for the stuff that they do, and the stuff that they do to people. Which a lot of people actually agree on. So yeah, that's what happened with them. They claim that they're going to try to go get better. Never worked. Never does. Out of the amount of times that they've done that stuff, saying, oh, I'm going to take a break and get better, when nothing ever changes. Nothing ever does with them. And who knows how many people they've done this to and lied about to their sister to try to get her to hate those people without reason. Try to do it to me, and with this one, didn't end up working. So that's that story. And this stream has almost been going on for 2 hours, an hour and 20 minutes. No. I think that's all of the stories that I'm gonna share for now.
Okay. Fair enough.
Because it was already a long stream. My voice is starting to give.
Yeah.
And I'm parched. But we will come back with more, what's the word I'm looking for? More fun streams.
Agreed.
That don't have to do with serious topics. Well, except for the funny little stories here and there to lighten up the mood.
Yeah.
that I was telling. For now, that is all. Thanks for the people that joined.